Guys, welcome back to another video. I know I haven't made a video in ages. There's just been nothing to really talk about. I know I've been in AMC videos, been in ATA videos, and there's probably a lot of questions going around, or people are going to question me when I make videos on just the stocks that are trending. Now, I want you guys to understand the reason I stopped talking about AMC and ATA is one, for ATA, there wasn't anything to talk about. I already talked about everything that there was to talk about, and with AMC, everyone else was already talking about it. The market for those videos were already so saturated. If I had my own opinion on something that I haven't seen being voiced, I would make my own video. But for the time being, nothing really happened. So I'm on BBBY, and I want to make it clear to everyone that I am all in BBBY. Um, 2 days ago, I sold all my other shares and I went all in BBBY. And here's why. I do plan on buying back ASA. I do plan on buying back AMC. Just off technicals, I feel like there is an opportunity to load up on more shares. Now, today for BBBY was an interesting day. As you can see, we have a gap here, and I'll show you the rest of the gaps later. But for now, let's focus on one thing at a time. There's a gap here. If you guys don't know what a gap is, how often do gaps fill on a stock? 91.4%. Gap fills, in my opinion, in my experience, are the most accurate way to predict a stock's price action. Now, we had a gap up here, so inevitably there's a 91.4% chance, which is incredibly accurate, that would come back down and fill the gap. Filling the gap is when the price action comes down and charts where it hasn't been charted before. I hope that makes sense. From here to here, there's no price action, so it needs to come down and make price action to fill the gap. If we go to the daily, you can see that we have these huge gaps, huge gaps. Mother of all gaps, some might want to call it. Here, let me delete this line. Let me delete this. I'll keep that. Alright, let's zoom in a little bit. We have a gap all the way up at 22.53. Now, I genuinely do believe that we will see at least 22.49 with no short squeeze, no nothing, purely technicals, at least 22.49. If you want to be a little bit more conservative, you could go for the gap fill at $16. But I'm going to make it clear that if 91.4% of gap fills fill, you should only be selling a little amount here, because if this one, there's a 91% chance that this one fills, a 91% chance that this one fills. So if you're selling like more than 91%, I'm trying to word this. So if there's a 91.4% chance this fills and 91.4% chance that this gap fills, so they've got an equal chance of filling. Well, obviously the higher price one's going to be a little bit more difficult, but purely off technicals and statistics, there's an equal chance that they'll both fill. So I do not recommend selling 50% of your shares here and 50% here, because there would have been a 91.4% chance that you could have sold another 50% here. If you're planning on selling some here, I would recommend 5 to 10%. 5 to 10%. It's all on your risk, but mathematically speaking, you do not want to sell more than that. It's just not the best risk to reward ratio. So I do genuinely believe that we will see both these gaps filled. Now, for me, I knew that both gaps would fill. Well, I was pretty positive. I put money on it, on a 9 to 10 ratio that it would have filled. And the whole thing is, I knew the gaps were going to fill, or I think they're going to fill, but I don't know when or what one was going to fill first. If we go look at the daily price action here, let's see, where did the day start? We started about here. We actually hang around this line, kind of consolidating. Looked like it was trying to consolidate, move down, because that's typically how patterns work in a downtrend: consolidation down. But we did start seeing volume and testing some levels in some points of the day, and I really thought, just because of how sold off BBBY was from a high of about $30 here, that we would see a relief rally today. And I did expect higher price action. I even expected maybe potentially us testing 20 because of the amount of options that were there, and that was max pain. Now, if you guys haven't seen, let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's price absolutely tanked. It's down 12.5%. That's not good for the overall market. In a bear market, everything gets hit. Everything gets hit. Let's look at SPY. It was down 1.34%, which is actually pretty significant. There's a lot of downwards pressure on the stock market today. It's not a good day for the stock market. Every single stock that I have on my watch list, and I mean every single one, at least off my memory, was red. It's fine. You can't always have good days in the stock market. So for me, it was really what gap was going to fill first. Was it going to be the gap down here at about $8, $8.15? Or was it going to be the gap all the way up at $22.50? Now, I averaged in. I actually brought the majority of my position at $17.50, about 3/4 here, and I brought some more at 11 and some more at $10.60. I've got some buy orders at 10. I just don't feel like getting in at 8, 10, a little bit cheaper, is worth the risk that it could potentially run and fill this gap first. There's an equal chance that all gaps fill. I don't know what one's going to fill first. It looks like this one's going to fill first, the bottom one, just because of the price action, but you never know. And for me, getting in a few bucks cheaper is not worth the risk of missing out on the huge run. So, let's go to the monthly chart. This is something that I just picked up. I haven't really seen anyone talk about it. So I'm going to mention it. I wasn't actually planning on making a video originally, but I haven't been seeing enough BBBY content. So let's go here. What do we see here? A short red candle, kind of like a small doji candle, and a green candle. This is a morning star pattern. Morning star pattern can look like this, can look like this. So when you have a red candle, a green candle that's small, and a green candle that's large, could look like this. I don't know if I showed that one. Sorry if I did. Let's see if I can get one more example. Yeah, let's just take this one. This is a bullish reversal pattern. The monthly, the higher the price, the higher the day range, the more significant the levels are. So I do see bullish upside short term, and you might even want to call it mid-long term. I do think that we will see 22.49. I do think this is a good pattern. We closed right. That's interesting. I didn't actually notice that until now. We closed right on this resistance level. So we do really want to push. We want to break above this. This seems to be the resistance level that is like kind of like a magnet. It comes up and it comes down and it comes down and it goes down. We want to break this. I think we will break it. The more I look at this, the more I don't know, I feel like this is some sort of flag pattern. I feel like you can draw something up like this. I think this is like some bullish pattern. Oh, I mean, it is a bullish pattern, but like I think that this could be a bullish pattern overall for the morning star and everything. I want to see a break. There's 51% short interest on the stock. A short squeeze is highly possible. I can't tell you how high it will go, but if you're in for a short squeeze, great. You got great opportunity. If you're not, and you're just here to make some money, that's also good. I'm just here to get some more money for my other stocks and to start my business because I have a business plan on the way. And also, the monthly MACD is slowly curling in, and I don't know if I was looking at the monthly one, but here, maybe it's the weekly. Let's go to the weekly MACD, see if there's anything going on. Weekly just crossed, which is interesting. That wasn't like that. Oh, I didn't see that, I mean. But when the weekly crosses, it's usually pretty accurate. The weekly crossed here, and we sold off. The weekly crossed here. Maybe we get some buying pressure. Let's go here. Weekly sold off. Weekly came in. I noticed this one. I almost forgot to mention in my video. The weekly MACD seems to be the most significant MACD. Look, we cross here, comes down. We cross here, comes up. We cross here, go down. But if we go to the monthly, we'll say, it's not as accurate. See, like we cross here, we come down, cross here, go up. I mean, it is tracking price action, but not as accurately as the weekly. Let's go to the daily, see if the daily's got anything going on. The daily is still just green. Yeah, I don't want to see this daily cross. I don't think the daily is going to cross, in fact. I don't think it's going to get the chance. That's it for this video. I think I might have dragged it out a little bit long. Sorry it wasn't scripted. Make sure to subscribe and like the video and share so BBY community gets stronger. And yeah, just good luck, everyone. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.